Is Brandin Cooks cooked? Is he being utilized improperly? Or is it something else? The answer is yes. Okay. Now, what's the solution? And is it Amari Cooper? That answer is maybe. And we're going to talk about it right now. Brandin Cooks currently has 4 routes run this year in which he's generated 3 or more yards of separation. And by the NFL standards, that more or less is wide open. Okay. And just for the sake of context, I suppose CeeDee Lamb in the same time frame, same team, right, same system, has generated 8, so about twice as many routes run. All right. Now, 19 total targets for Brandin Cooks this year. Okay, and what we're going to do this fun little exercise here, where we go in and we just talk about each route that he runs on the plays that he's been targeted. Okay. But before we do that, all right, I'm just going to explain to you real fast so that we're all on the same page. The conclusion that I've come to with regards to the initial question, okay, is Brandin Cooks cooked? My conclusion is that he is still top end fast, hasn't really lost much of a step, if at all, in that regard. Okay. Like I said, plenty serviceable as a wide receiver too, if utilized correctly. He's not cooked when you're asking him to just run fast. But he is cooked if you're asking him to slow down. So the solution, once again, second part of the teaser to the Amari Cooper part of the equation, the solution, stop asking him to slow down. Okay, let's look at the film. Play number 1. You guys know what happens here. And if you're wondering if he's going to slow down on this touchdown here, the answer is no. Check mark. All right. Play number 2 of 19. Maybe. Let's blow it up a little bit for you. Okay. There he is. Top of your screen. And this is where we get to the part of the equation where we say, or is it something else? Okay, let's run it back one more time. Jalen Brooks with the short motion, just the stack. This play right here. This is 3rd and 5. Okay. This is just a bad ball on Dak's behalf. Okay. There's nothing wrong with this route necessarily. It's a short, hey, we're going to condense the field. We're going to move the pocket. We're going to this is a timing based, we're taking exactly what you're going to give us type of deal. Get to the sticks, turn around, ball on you. Okay. Dak doesn't put this ball on him. And that's the reason why he was ineffective here. This was nothing on Brandin Cooks' part. Okay. Now here's the caveat to that equation. Okay. If that's the route we're going to run, I'm fine with that. Because Brandin Cooks is technically on the move, right? He needs to be getting targeted when he's moving, in motion, catching the ball in rhythm without stopping, okay? Yes. But on the run, right, it's already a difficult throw in general, just due to the simple fact of the play design. When you're moving, regardless of the direction, yes, it's easier for a right-handed quarterback to throw on the run moving right. But this is a precise play. It's a very pinpoint play as far as timing is concerned. Let's ask a guy that's, that brings a little bit bigger of a catch radius whenever even the most marksman level quarterbacks are going to have their pinpoint accuracy is going to come down just a little bit, just due to the nature of this throw that they're asking Dak to make here. Okay. Let's put a guy with a little bit more of a catch radius over there and have him execute that route. You know what I'm saying? Brandin Cooks actually needs to be the benefactor of the free releases anyways, just due to his frame simply. So that should really, in my opinion, be the short motion behind Jalen Brooks or Jalen Tolbert or soon to be Ryan Flournoy. Let him get that free release and then do something else. Have him run that flag or that corner route behind Flournoy, Tolbert, CD, whoever is getting that target right there. You know what I'm saying? So just to me, it's very nitpicky, and this offense is still going to be fine. Please, I should have probably prefaced that, but that's what we're talking about here. Okay, so this is about Brandin Cooks. Is this play right here Brandin Cooks' fault? No, he's not cooked. He didn't not catch this because he's cooked. Okay, play number 3. Going on here? Come on, work with me here. NFL Pro don't always do what it's asked to do. Okay, here we got 1st and 10 on the Cleveland 21. CD once again, short motions behind Brandin Cooks. Good ball from Dak. That's how he. Siri, nobody's asking you. What is happening right now, y'all? Now I'm gonna get copyrighted because Real Gone by Sheryl Crow and then a movie, Disney Pixar's movie Cars, just popped up on my phone. Can you tell I'm my dad? Okay. Play number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1st and 10 on the 44. Brandin Cooks at the top of your screen. And here we go. This is to the fun part of the this is, really the original motivation for the video. Okay. There's a stop route right there. Well-executed play, well-executed timing, well-executed ball placement from the quarterback. Move the chains. But that's not Brandin Cooks' strength, right? Once again, where's my note so I can say it correctly this time? He's still top speed fast, but he's change of direction slow. Okay? Emphasis on the part. Against top-level corners, he's not going to separate on that type of route, okay? And he lacks the physicality at the top of the stem in, getting out of that break that somebody like, once again, Ryan Flournoy, Jalen Tolbert, CeeDee Lamb would otherwise bring. So it's just weird that you're asking the smallest receiver of the bunch to execute the smallest and oldest receiver of the bunch. That should also be included. Executing the slowdown as fast as you can, anybody who's once been an elite athlete or a high-level athlete and then have been the victim of father time can very easily resonate with understanding how much easier it is, regardless of age, to speed up than it is to slow down. Your knees hurt a little bit more if you're trying to throw on the e-brake, okay, for lack of a better term there. Okay, so that's 1. We are now 1, 2, 3, 4 plays in. We're going to start tallying these, okay? That's 1. Of the 19 targets he's generated this year, one of those is on a stop route. That's not maximizing Brandin Cooks' efficiency, okay? Play number 5. Here we go. And work with me here. Come on, NFL Pro. Play number 5. This one is a 3rd and 7. Brandin Cooks in motion, which is what we like. Ooh, little orbit motion, return motion coming back across the formation. And another poorly placed and honestly, I don't think even adequately timed delivery from Dak Prescott. This is early season things right now. Nobody's sharp. Nobody's in rhythm. All kind of going through the kinks, but once again, I'm acknowledging objectively and honestly here the issues surrounding the narratives of Brandin Cooks. Less to do with him being actually cooked, okay? Here it is again from the end zone camera. And it's 3rd and 7, right? I get it. Dak is always – it's more of a high to low. I mean, most quarterbacks in general are most offensive systems, depending on the I guess on, the down and distance and the situation, right? But it's a high to low read, and that Dak is always a push the football up the field, down the field guy, right? That's the Air Corps yelling him. He wants to get that thing down there. But once again, not necessarily on Brandin Cooks right here. I love the way that he was deployed. This is exactly what you want to see him moving in motion with a head of steam, okay? And free releases. For a guy of his stature who is a speed-dependent player, stop asking him to slow down. They didn't do that here. Check, job well done. Next play. 1st and 10. Top of your screen there. Let's see what we got. Okay. Just a go concept. Hey, Brandon, go up there, run as fast as you can, go win, get vertical. Let's stretch the defense. Even if we complete it, or even if we don't complete it, let's make them honor and respect that. Love it. Okay. Not the most precise and pinpoint accurate ball placement, but once again, maybe Brandon didn't get to his landmark. I'm not exactly sure. You give somebody else, you guys get where I'm going. Okay. So this is now play number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's 2nd and 12 here. So far, we still only have one stop route. We're doing well. This is week 1. Okay, against the Browns. The plan, and it seems as if the way that he's being deployed is still okay. You got lots of time to get ready for how you want to attack this team. They're doing a decent job so far. Okay, let's see what we got. Top of the formation there. A little bunt, a condensed formation, and a stack at the same time. Love that. Why? Because if you can get man coverage, if you can run teams into more man coverage, you're getting free releases. But once again, it's weird that Brandin Cooks is at the top instead of off ball, so that he can actually be the benefactor of a free release. But you got to love this because it creates traffic. It's why CeeDee Lamb was acknowledging going into the Saints game with Clint Kubiak, the Kyle Shanahan system of, this is that defense is those style offenses are tough to play defense against. He said it's a pain in the ass, right? He hates to do it because of this reason exactly right here, okay? It's creating traffic and things are happening quicker. So not only is the defender having to try and occupy and run with a man, but he's having to navigate and weave through all these different bodies. That's why it's annoying to deal with as a corner, especially navigating traffic and trying to keep up with other really fast people. Okay. Condense. You guys hear me say all the time, condense the formation, bunches and stacks. This is check on both boxes right here. Okay. Because stacks create free releases. Here we go. Lipke motions back. So that's probably why right there. That Cooks wasn't the back man. And there's a stop route. Another bad football. Just don't love the concept and the idea. It's just really not his skill set, Stop asking him to slow down. Okay. It's easier for an old man to speed up than it is for an old man to slow down. Because it's physics, man. It's torque in the knees. So, all right, now next game here, Saints and Cowboys. This is play number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We are at 2 stop routes now. 2 for 7 on targets in which Brandin Cooks is slowing down. What's going on here with my... Come on, NFL Pro. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Here we go. This is saying it's a Saints play, but it's clearly not. Oh, that's the touch. Okay. Something's going on here. Sorry, y'all. Work with me. There we go. Okay. So we got 3rd and 7 here. And this one, he technically did come to a stop, but they're in zone coverage. He's got to find the hole and sit in it so that Dak can have a window to throw into. If he keeps running, he takes himself, he just runs himself into being covered, right? So it's a really good job here. But this is a beautiful concept. This play right here, guys, is the one that I want people to really see and log in their memory bank, because he motions its entry motion into a bunch. So not only is he getting a free release, he's getting a free release with a head of steam. That's profound, man. I mean, I can't overemphasize how much of a cheat code that is, and an easy button that is for any offense to press. Okay, you hear me talk about easy buttons all the time. That's it right there. Okay. So I'm not considered, that's not a stop route. He's running a shallow drag, which is what I want to see him run more of, man. If I, once again, I'm sorry I didn't preface at the beginning, but it's goes, it's drags like that one right there, and it's digs, which basically just picture a 90-degree angle or just an in route, any in breaking route concept. Okay, and then also post routes, just one cut and just continue with the momentum that you've already built. He can still get in and out of he can change direction quickly if he's not being asked to slow down. Right. But because then not only is he less explosive out of his breaks, coming back the opposite direction and slowing down, right? He's less physical. He doesn't have the God-given DNA that allows him to box receiver or box DBs out and high point the football. He can do it, but it's not the strength of his game. Play number 10 here. Bottom of your screen, and there's another stop route. Right to the sticks, predictable. Does a decent job of kind of, I guess, selling the vertical stem, and Dak obviously does a good job of buying time, but that was almost, they got lucky there. That play wasn't open until Dak changed the throwing platform or the throwing window. Because it's another useful benefit if you are unfamiliar with why I always advocate for rolling the pocket a little bit more often than the Cowboys currently do, because it gives even the best zone coverage teams, which is what the Cowboys see more than anything, by a landslide right now, because they can't run the football. So teams just drop 7 and sit in zone. That's what they do. That's the blueprint against this offense right now until they can prove that they can run it, right? So one of the remedies for that is what you just saw, but by design and not by cop out. You know, having that built into the system. So it's just another easy button that they could press that they don't do often enough. And yes, you know, when you have, it's not obviously ideal, because you don't want to take away 50% of the field when you have a quarterback rolling, especially one of Dak's prowess who can see the entire field and there's really no throw that he can't make. But sometimes you just have to, think of yourself as a pitcher if you're the Cowboys offense in this scenario, right? You can't just walk out onto the mound with one pitch. You got to have changeups. You got to have at least a three pitch mix for most guys. So if rolling the pocket is your changeup, that even if you just show it every now and then, you got to show it. Make defenses honor. You can't keep them comfortable. Okay. Next play, number 11. So right now we're 3 for 10 on stop routes. That's about 30% too many. What do we have here? It is a stop route. He does a decent job of, honestly, that was actually really well executed. And that just kind of goes to show you a little bit like that he's not as cooked as most people are led to believe. He gets in and out of the break really quickly there, but that's because he didn't have a full head of steam. So it's not something that you want to live by. I'm going to go ahead and chart this one. Even though it was well executed, I don't love that, it's a smaller throwing radius in a system that's littered with already tight windows. Okay, let Ryan Flournoy box somebody out right there. Let Jalen Tolbert box somebody out right there. Let CeeDee Lamb box somebody out right there. Let Jake Ferguson box somebody out right there. If that's the read on a third down play call, let's not fit tight windows to your smallest guy who's, naturally kind of more of a body catcher anyways. And yes, that is a different indictment and one that we should acknowledge and maybe even discuss. But is Brandin, he's always been that way. Okay. So that's the reason why it's less of a focus here. Is Brandin Cooks cooked? That's the premise of the video here. And the answer is no, if you haven't figured that out yet. Okay. Oh, There we go again. There's another stop route for us. And a stop route to the sticks, may I add. Next play. Top of your screen. Man coverage. This is I'm guessing a 3rd and long here, which is really an impossible play situation. 3rd and 15. Yeah. Okay. So Marlon Humphrey knows he's a veteran smart corner. He knows where the sticks are, and he knows that that's most likely to get there. Dak Prescott doesn't have time to throw it beyond him, running to the 15, running that 15-yard break mark. Like 3.2 seconds, man, and the ball's got to be out, or else you're getting sacked more often than not. So Marlon Humphrey knows this. That's why 3rd and longs are impossible, okay? Because DBs sit at the sticks. And so it's just a weird play call. If you're going to ask a guy, and if that's going to be that's going to be the decision here, it's simplify the read for Dak, because it's just the man in a 3-by-1 receiver situation. If he's the one man, it just, to me, he's the 3rd or 4th most equipped guy physically to execute that, to give Dak a bigger throwing radius on 3rd and 15. That's a bomb, man. That's a long throw to be a timing-based execution, timing-based pitch and catch. So it's just weird that they're asking him to do that. Like, Brandin Cooks should be this over route that Jake Ferguson's running across the field right here over the middle. That should be Brandin Cooks. That's what he does as well as anybody still, not only on this team, but any wide receiver 2 in the league. So what are we at now? 4 out of 11. Okay, here's the next play call here. This is 1st and 10. 9-yard gain, I believe. Okay. That was just the end zone cam of the last one we just talked about here. So here's play number 12. I'm going to get through these a little bit quicker. You guys get the point by now, I would hope. Another stop route. Another tight window, man. I want to see that again. Okay, bottom of your screen. Doesn't get jammed. Still a really good route, man. I mean, you can see he broke off. Who's that corner there? 21 for the Ravens. That's old, what's his Johnson? Stevens, yeah. He kind of loses his footing there a little bit. 1st and 10, it's less predictable what he's going to do. So he's not sure if he's going deep. He doesn't want to get beat over the top. Well done. But that's 5 out of 12 stop routes on targets for Brandin Cooks this season. And I still think that's, at least 4 too many probably. Next play number 13. That's what you got to do more often. Okay. He slows down for some reason. I'm not sure why. So this is on Brandin Cooks, but it's on him for throttling down mid-route when Dak expects him to be at a landmark. This is stuff that they're working on all summer long and all training camp. Maybe he gets tugged. Did Stevens kind of redirect him there? I don't remember. I feel like something is telling me that they panned to that on the broadcast whenever we were watching this game live, but I'm not exactly sure. So that was number 13. That's utilizing Brandin Cooks adequately right there. Here's play number 14 here. It's a flag route, and he does a good job of playing defense on yet another underthrown football. Was there pressure here, I'm guessing? Yeah, this was the one where they dialed it up. So look, they're showing a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's a 7-man front, and everybody's coming. You see one You see big man drop down late. So that's still a simulated pressure, but that's 6 guys screaming downhill at Dak. He has no choice but to get rid of it, throwing it off his back foot. That's why it was underthrown. But that's what you want to do with Brandin Cooks. That's how you use him. Get him going straight, vertically. Ask him to speed up. Don't ask him to slow down. Number 14. Ratio is getting a little bit better. We're 5 out of and that once again, a jump ball to a body catcher, the smallest guy on the field. It's weird. This is why Cowboys fans are advocating for Ryan Flournoy. I know some people are getting sick of it. I get it, but I also understand why people are complaining, because he gives you that red zone level of physicality that if they're going to bracket and double team CeeDee Lamb, you got to have another guy that you can trust. And Jalen Tolbert, sure, maybe he can become that. But Ryan Flournoy, not only has he shown that he can do that as well, but he's shown to be a demon in the run game as a blocker. It's just one of those dudes that are you don't see very often, built the way that he's built, constructed the way that he's constructed physically. He's a weapon, man. So that's why Cowboys fans are advocating for Flournoy. But here we go. About 3 plays left, I believe. There's one more here. It's pretty discussion worthy. Yeah, we got 4 plays left. And so far, we're sitting at 5 stop routes. I know there's at least 2 more in here if memory serves. All right, here we go. Brandin Cooks short motion, which is good. But once again, that's going to get charted as a pre-snap motion if I go through and filter it that way, which I can and which I have done. To me, that's not giving. That's what I touched on Twitter. That's not giving Dak Prescott really. I mean, it's kind of giving him a tell as far as coverage is concerned, but it's not giving Brandin Cooks an advantage, a leverage advantage. All right, that's a stagnant pre-snap to me, but neither here nor there. It's a great concept. Why? Because he motions to a stack. Okay, it's a bunch, and he gets the rub concept. Once again, alert, the rub concept, which is a free release because Jake Ferguson executes his route properly. Okay, it's like a mesh, mesh because conjoining, right? Creating traffic. Free releases. That's how you use them. Get him going in space, on the run. Boom. I mean, that's an explosive play right there. That's how you use Brandin Cooks. Slants, drags, posts, seams. And then do so from bunch pre-snap alignments and at snap motion. Head of steam, free release, using the speed. Ask him to speed up. Don't ask him to slow down. Here it is again, just from the end zone angle. Really good ball, man. Well timed, well executed route from Fergie and from Brando. And it's a big play. There he is right there at the top of your screen. Once again, the lone man in a 3-by-1 formation. Zone coverage. And what do you think is going to happen here? Stop route just past the sticks. DB knows it's coming, breaks on it. Not only is it predictable, the throwing window is small, and he's not as physical out of that stem and out of that break as other guys on your team could be. I don't know why. See, they did that in the Ravens game too. I don't know why. If Dak throws that higher, it puts it on him, which I guess maybe Brandin Cooks is because if you look, this actually is on Cooks. I want to say, okay. It's on Mike McCarthy if you're asking him to be this guy in this situation. But I'm wondering, this is 3rd down here. 3rd and 13 or something. Okay. He breaks that off 4 yards past the landmark. And you'll see Dak throws it. It's underthrown. Like you may draw that conclusion, but to me, I think Dak puts it right at the sticks where he's expecting Cooks to be. So I don't know. I'm not exactly sure on that one. I don't want to necessarily pin the blame on either guy without knowing. But that's number 6, the 6th stop route, and especially on a 3rd down. I mean, smaller radius, Just weird that you're asking a guy 31 years old, man. Don't ask him to slow down. Look at Kevontae Turpin and Jalen Tolbert. Those are the guys on the backside running. That's more of a post from Turp, and that's a drag or a dig from Jalen Tolbert. That's those in breakers. That's what you want Cooks doing. It's weird that you're asking the smallest guy to run the physical big body, hands catchy wide receiver route things. It's just I don't necessarily understand it. Somebody help me understand. If I'm just reading this all wrong, you tell me. You let me know. I'm just a guy with a camera and a microphone. But the goal here, as always, is to give fans the truth about what's really happening. And the narrative right now, I think, is inaccurate. So 2 plays left here. Brandin Cooks. Very top of your screen. Another stop route. That's number 7. Once again, to the sticks. Let me guess, that was a 3rd down play call here. Let's see. 3rd and 11. Stop route to the sticks with Brandin Cooks, asking him to slow down and be physical and use his hands. Number 7. 1 play left. Let's see what we got. Top of your screen. Oh, imagine that. Another stop route. Incomplete. So 19. We're going to end that discussion there. We're going to wrap this up because we've been going for 32 minutes. That's better than I thought. Listen, y'all. 19 total targets this year for Brandin Cooks. 8 of those. So just call it 50%. Are stop routes, curls. And way too many of those 8, I think over at least half, are to the sticks, where you're telegraphing what's going to happen. DBs know where he's breaking, especially if he's the ISO man on a 3-by-1. He's not big enough to box people out and even just subtly use that, little OPI at the top of your route before you break and find the football. He's not going to move people. That's just not his game. And to me, once again, it's you saw the video that we talked about last week, malpractice. This is just more malpractice on behalf of Mike McCarthy and the entire offensive team. And don't tell me that this is because you have 2 rookie offensive linemen in the game. Okay. Scheme simplifies things for everyone, regardless of age. All right. And also on top of that, don't tell me that this is because of the rookies of the offensive line that's why that they're not pressing these easy buttons in their system, because these rookies are new. These problems are not. I digress. Shout out to my now number 2 ranked Texas Longhorns for getting the job done in their inaugural SEC matchup. It wasn't pretty, it wasn't ugly. They brought their D game to the field in Austin with their B quarterback too, for being real. If you're plugged in, you guys know the truth about that situation. Okay. There is no controversy in Austin. But yeah, moving into a bye week here. Then we got the home stretch coming up, beginning with the greatest story ever played at the Cotton Bowl in Dallas against OU. Followed that up the week after with a home date with the Georgia Bulldogs. It's going to be fun, man. Life is good. As always, y'all. Actually, one more quote that I heard from Tom Brady, which is, I don't even know where I wrote it down at, but I already know it off top. So it kind of reminded me of something that I've been wanting to say for a long time, because it's the way that I've been operating within my own personal life right now. Okay. And it's what baseball taught me, that it's me versus me, and it always has been that way. But I'm just now getting to the point where I'm mature enough to understand and realize that. And so for anybody out there that's listening this far, first of all, thank you for hanging out and supporting me. My socials at the top, you'll see the QR code right there. That's just my link tree. It'll take you to every social media platform that I contribute to. All right. But you versus you. Okay. Tom Brady said, life is not about success. It's about the way that you handle failure. To me, that's just really profound. So take that for what it is, man. Whatever's been on your mind lately that you've been wanting to chase, but you've just been too scared to jump, do yourself a favor because you owe it to yourself. Bend your knees and freaking jump, man. That's what I did. That's why I'm here right now. That's why I feel like I'm on the verge of a breakthrough, but I can't do it without your support. So please tell a friend where they can find the fastest growing Cowboys content producer on every platform right now, where they can find the truth, the sports below the surface that they deserve, that they can't get if they just continue turning on their TV and listening to fake take television. Okay. Remember, prayer changes things, and the war is already won. Love y'all and talk to you soon.